Yo, 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 yo. Boom. All right. I gave y'all a little bit of information. By the way, I'm Terrell, D-Line, TBKC, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. I got my boss in here. But anyway, this part, the American Bully. Why are so many people in the American Bully community having trouble finding the right dog? This also came up, and yes, it was Gerard, not Jared. But why are so many people in the American Bully community coming up with issues in the American Bully community as far as as far as finding the proper dog, as far as a new breeder and different things of that nature? And y'all forgive me as I scroll, but I'll just be honest with you guys, and I'll tell you this, and this is one of the problems. I've never lied to you guys about the dogs I produce. Some of the dogs I handpicked, I bought them. I did the research. I know their bloods. I know what they have to offer. And this is how you'll have situations like the Odell situation. Of course, I knew that dog's blood because part of his blood was my blood. I knew the flip side. I knew the look. I knew the details that I was looking for. Floyd couldn't keep him, so I said, Floyd, he's got to stay. And I got the dog, and that was just off of understanding the combination of the blood and the research. That dog was available. Believe it or not, Odell was available for about 6 weeks, where many of people could have had that same dog for a very decent price, who since then have paid his stud fee, you know what I mean? Which was basically the same price that he was up for sale for. So, and I'm not bragging or putting down anybody who's ever paid a stud fee to my dogs. I'm telling you, it happens all the time. It was a similar situation where people could have had, a multitude of dogs that I've had over the years. I won't say exactly right now, but over the years. One of the biggest problems is people trick themselves. They trick themselves out of what is in front of them. I'll tell y'all some of the dogs that I've had up for sale. And I asked, would you please stop that, please? Some of the dogs that I've had up for sale that people have literally, you talk about BSing, people have BS to the highest of levels, and they came back to regret it. Y'all know that big dog, the big boy, grand champion Uno? Yeah, he was for sale. He was for sale for over a month. I had about 150,000 BS people for one reason or another. I had another, good group of people that I just didn't really feel like was ready. I didn't make the best decision. He was always well taken care of, so that's a cool decision. The guy who ended up getting him, that is what it is. But I'll tell you another one. Grand Champion Jax. He was up for sale for a very long time. People played around. It was always some kind of deal. Oh, I don't know. Okay. Another great dog. Y'all know that big, beautiful fawn male with all that chest and head, Samson. We had Samson up for sale for about 4 weeks. You know what I mean? Going through the process, trying to find him a good home. Seemed like every time that someone was approved, they would BS. There you have it. Later on, Samson has probably made 6 figures and stuff. It's amazing, because the thing of it is that, and I'm not just saying, I'm speaking on myself, but I see it happening all the time. I can tell you some of the greatest dogs out there that were up for sale and people passed on them. Remy was one of those dogs. Just passed on him like he was nothing. De Niro was one of those dogs. We had another one that we ended up grabbing. You just see them left and right, and people are like, man, how do I get a really... First and foremost, it's 2 parts to that. You might not get a superstar dog, but go ahead and buy the obvious. You know what I mean? When you see a dog that's built in a certain kind of way as far as his pedigree goes, the puppy looks incredible, conformation is good, they come from a breeder who has a reputation, or at least, some kind of background in producing good dogs, there you have it. But what I tend to see you guys do is you fall for the marketing ploy. This is the next big thing. So the funniest thing is you oftentimes go head first for a sales pitch instead of what you see right in front of your eyes and what you know. More buyers need to make themselves more educated on what they're buying. You know, have an understanding of, am I here to buy quality or am I here to buy hype in the sales pitch? It'll make it a lot easier for you. There are certain dogs that I target strictly off of their pedigree. You know what I mean? The pedigree gets me there, and then I see what they look like, and I'm like, okay, I can work with this. It is far too many times in our community where people believe, baby, stop. The people believe that they can get over. People believe that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and they overthink themselves. Another dog I would tell y'all about, and if y'all ever seen him, it'll blow your mind, is Pratt's honey badger. Pratt's had that dog up. That's one of the worst situations I've ever seen. He had that dog up at a very good price for a very long time, and the people in this community just bought trash after trash after trash. And I'm talking about for stud. He wasn't for sale. But, you know, I've seen people buy trash studs left and right. And I'm just being real. I'm going to call them what they are. Just because it was just because they thought it was a high price or something like that. Are you building a program, or are you building a marketing firm? That's the question. If you're building a marketing firm, go ahead and go with everything that's been marketed to say that you're going to be great and you're going to be great at it and this, that, and the other. And we'll see how it works out. But if you're building an actual program, if you're buying a pet that's going to be healthy and loving and in your house and do its job and yada yada yada, then you should probably buy a very, very good dog from a breeder who has a history of doing it. Or at least if it's a newer breeder, look at the history behind the pedigree and the combinations and check out the history of that those dogs have come from to get a better idea of health and conformation of what you'll be dealing with. Then base it off of what you see with your eyes. But many of you guys have to stop following like the hype. If you wonder what the old heads, as y'all be trying to call us sometimes, are thinking, when we go, a lot of it's pedigree based, because we know, okay, that's going to be Rockin' Ruby to some Nemesis to some Godzilla to some this to some that. Okay, that should all work out in this level, and we should see it, yeah. And sometimes it doesn't work exactly like you expected it to, but at least you come up with a great idea of what you're working with. You know, stacking pedigrees with great dogs gives you a high opportunity. This is one of the reasons how you become a master type of breeder, is understanding that stacking that pedigree, giving that dog the genetics that you want to give it, gives it the optimal opportunity to be the dog that you expect. Not just throwing things together and talking about it's badass or putting fire behind it. As you guys, as new buyers or young buyers or whatever you want to call it, you need to do some research. You need to understand the dogs that you're getting. Tell that breeder, if they say they've been around for 10 years, well, send me at least 50 pictures of what you produce. What is it looking like? What do your dogs produce? What did that dog produce if you used a stud? Do some of your research. Like this game, and I'm not, like I say, I have no problems. I do okay. I'm speaking for the community. Let's not get into a situation anymore of where y'all are devaluing the best dogs in the community. I promise you, if you guys look up Pratt's honey badger, you're going to shake your head that more people never use the dog. I guarantee you, if you look up some of the other dogs around the community and people who have very nice dogs that you never use, that you probably could have used for a very low price, for those of you who are breeders, you're going to shake your head, because there is quality out there. There are nice dogs out there. There are people with nice dogs that will do nice things out there. But the problem is that y'all are falling for the hype. When y'all see nice puppies, oh yeah, I should probably get him. If it's catching your eye like that and the pedigree is ringing in your ear like that, it's probably a good situation where you probably want it. And if you are capable of doing it, jump on it and make it happen. That's how our programs were built. None of us were just randomly buying every dog, but we knew certain blood combinations. Like I've seen y'all pass up on some great blood combinations. I've seen y'all pass up on many great blood combinations. Some of y'all have had a chance to get Suarez blood. Some of y'all have had a chance to get some of the OG Gray Line blood. Some of y'all have had a lot of different opportunities to get some great blood in your yard, and you always outthink yourself. You always bullshit. Look, if I'm going to be your coach, I'm going to coach you up that if you are buying a dog, whether it's a pet or a breeding dog, don't BS and keep letting the good ones sit around and let somebody convince you this is the puppy that you should buy, and then cry about it later. Because I've gotten so many of those emails of people crying about it later because the dog died on them, or the dog is sick on them, or this or that or the other. And it's just because simply you fell for the sales pitch. But man, look, until next time, God bless y'all. Much love. Peace.